Hello, everybody. This is Himanshu, founder and CEO of GoTrust. Together with me is Shambhavi. We are live because the most awaiting thing in the privacy industry has just happened. The DPDPA rules are out, and finally, we are here to give you a quick glimpse of the. Sorry, I don't think so. Yeah, we're here to give you the quick understanding of what's in the rules together with Shambhavi. So, Shambhavi, can you help us with the key topics which has been discussed, which has been mentioned, to be honest, in the law, please? Yeah. Shambhu, can you hear me?
Sure, Himanshu.
Yeah.
So today, as you said, yes, I can hear you, Himanshu. Can you hear
Go
me?
ahead. Yes, go ahead, please. Loud and clear.
Okay. So as you said, it's a very auspicious day in terms of privacy world. The thing for which we all were waiting for now has been finally been implemented. And talking about the law exactly, the very first thing which we need to understand is that the rules and the drafts are exactly the same which has been published earlier. No change has been made in that. But coming to the point that there has been a phased wise implementation both for the rules and the acts. So, in the first phase, the very first thing which is going to happen is mostly from the government's end. There will be a data protection board set up, and all the regulations that are applicable upon the government for a proper functioning and setup of a data protection board will be taken in place. Right now, also on the parallel front, it is advised for the organizations as well to start preparing for their data principal rights, for their consent, so that when officially, that is exactly 1 year from now, on 13th November 2026, when the phase 2 will be out, the organizations are well prepared with their consent withdrawal mechanisms and also with their privacy notices and DPIAs as well.
And
So
then the
now,
phase
as you can
three.
see here,
Yep.
yes, and then comes the very biggest step from where everything will go live, and now the customers consent managements, your DSRs, then performing of your division of consents between legitimate purposes, marketing purposes, having a proper explicit consent forms, and everything will be detailed further.
Perfect. So there's a lot of noise in the market when I'm talking to the customers now from the morning. There's a lot of ambiguity in it. So this is
Yes.
three phases which we are telling, which is clear, so everybody knows what has to go live when, right? Now the ambiguity part of it, because a lot of discussions happening, who is the consent manager, what's the role of the consent manager, how the companies will implement the consent manager, is there is in the consent withdrawal part, the expiry notice, expiration. Then we also have in the
Yes.
DSR part, right?
So now,
How long will be the
okay.
DSRs active, inactive? What's the timeline? So can you help us also with that? Is something you identified, mentioned in the current rules, or mentioned between the lines?
Okay. So now coming to the specifications, when I'm talking about specifically for the consent managers, so the government has also kept it for the phase 3 implementations, and organizations can register themselves to qualify as a consent managers, for which the very first thing is that they should have a turnover of at least 2 crores and over, because obviously when any consent breach will happen, then the share of responsibility shall also be covered by the consent managers as well. So the talks in the market that the consent managers would be handled solely by your DG consent is not like that. Organizations can register themselves and qualify for consent managers.
Okay, perfect. And what about the SDFs? So is something mentioned about the significant data fiduciary?
Yes. So the guideline for significant data fiduciaries has been made very clear that if you're working and amount of data which is being the potential harm you can cause by leaking the data which you already have, and if you're processing sensitive data at a very high rate, activities, then you qualify as a significant data fiduciaries. Apart from that, while at the time of implementation, also be added as a specifications to qualify as a significant data fiduciary.
Thank you for that. Shambhu, bit of the internet lag I hear
All
from your
knew
end.
that they have been made responsible to conduct your DPIAs, your periodic assessments, and independent audits as well. And this is going to be difficult from now on.
Thank you, Shambhu. Thanks for that part. The few things which you wanted to bring in light to you guys was how and what is mentioned in the rules. Very importantly, rules are there. The consent management has to be implemented. The DSRs are live immediately, so customers can raise, data principals can raise the request. So it has to be live now. So get it implemented. Put up a link on the website immediately if you don't have a tool. Solve it with some web forms in the beginning, and then try to sort it out in a structured way within the coming weeks and days. Need some help, contact us. We'll be helping you guys with the next steps. So quick update for you guys. Thank you for listening, or maybe you've listened to this bit later. So uh, take care, have fun, bye bye, thank you.